Follow on Christ. Who just called in?
Yeah, but some y'all shot brother Thar, young man tomorrow.
Yeah, about some y'all shot Bracket. How you doing, Tawab?
That's the one about the one you up.
Yeah, yep, most on Christ. So we're going to get class started in about a couple minutes, all right?
Come.
Cops got me on the side of the road like a sideshow. Need an antidote before I throw. Now I'm setting fire to prison man blues for this guitar smoke. Rebel with no cause, trying to find direction. The world got me vexed. Picked up a bad nigga habit that's hereditary from oppression. But like my life was on fire, trying to find an exit. Now look, 10 G's plus a good breakfast. Sometimes a follower is a soldier, trying to find a good shepherd. Just when you in hell, how do you excel? With them the breath of life, I believe in fairy tale. Listen well, tough what I tell. No calling can cause pain. Something that a rebel knows very well. Can't you tell I was sent from the Lord? Got a tongue like a two-edged sword, with a style that they might just record. The only thing equal is the curse for the wicked and the righteous reward. Have mercy on the many don't see, separated from the tares. Now on my prayers, and it's so big. A rebel, take the world by word of mouth. UPK, we the rebels that you heard about.
I'll share the video.
And it ain't gonna stop till 100 virgins in the house and I'm handing verdicts out. Get rank, you ain't heard a clout without a shadow of a doubt. These devils hitting licks off us. Fuck the bank, I'm about to stone the pocket, take it off us. Can't sweet talk, cannot stop. Plus I know the
Long Christ, somebody just called in.
Angela?
How you doing, Tawab, sis?
Yes, how about you?
Yeah, I'm doing Tawab. We're going to get class started probably next minute, all right?
Alright.
You turn it 5 and 6. Turn it down. All right, shalom. Y'all by some y'all shout brakatah to the brothers. Shalom, shalom, by some y'all shout to the sisters. It's the ISUPK Atlanta Tuesday Brotherhood class. Today we're going to get into the topic of voting. Now is the time of voting, so a lot of people is out there voting, and you know what I mean, they pushing this on specifically blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. You know what I mean? So I'm going to get into the Bible of how it's actually against the Bible and it's a sin to vote. You understand? To participate in the voting elections that's coming up and what's going on. And we're going to get a little bit into Veterans Day because Veterans Day just passed. So we're going to try to do a little bit of veterans today because we know, you know what I mean, if you're in the world, you know that when people talk about voting and like military, it kind of go hand in hand. So before we get into today's topic, though, does anybody got any questions? You can check online, too, for me. See if there's any questions. Nobody got any questions? All
It's
right.
Lagius, sir.
Go ahead.
I got a quick question. Okay, like with the holidays coming up, you know how like you have people selling like food and stuff for the holidays, and then like maybe you know, like for the New Year coming up, you have people selling firecrackers and stuff like that. Now,
Right.
being that, you know what I'm saying, like I mean, of course, you pretty much know you're selling it for the holiday. Like, is that like, you know what I'm saying, giving you know what I'm saying, giving dope to a dope head, like basically giving them ammunition just to sell, like just to celebrate, you know what I'm saying, the holiday, like, say, okay, specifically like firecrackers. You bought firecrackers, you try to sell them, you know what I'm saying, like, you know what people gonna use it for, of course, but you just get them to sell them to make money. Is that, you know, that is like, you know, something that you should, that's not a wise thing to do.
Right, so what you're saying is, you know, with the, it's like, okay, the holiday season's coming up, like right now, with the next holiday that's coming up for America would be, what, Thanksgiving. So around this time, you know what I mean, around this time, you pick up the business of selling turkeys. Now, you know what I mean, him, himself, or whoever's doing it, they might not celebrate it, but they use this as a time to gain money to sell turkeys. Is that what you're trying to say? You trying to say is that wrong or is that right?
Yeah. Is that wrong? Like, you know, like basically, is it wrong?
Yeah, that would be wrong because first of all, even if you don't celebrate it yourself, you getting into the spirit, and you're promoting other people. You know what I mean, to go ahead and celebrate that holiday. Give me one. So I'm gonna give you a scripture for that.
Okay, cut. It's a lot here, sir. If I may.
Yeah, go ahead.
So like you know, like even with firecrackers, like so you couldn't even say firecrackers like to make money. That's like nah, that's still wrong too, ain't it?
Yeah, so it's the same thing. It's like, son, give me Leviticus 19:17. Give me Leviticus 19:17. Read when you got it. Yeah, I mean, give me 1 second. But yeah, it's the same thing. Like if you selling firecrackers, like you said, you might not be shooting firecrackers yourself, but you got with the mindset of I can make money. What you're doing is you
Okay.
participating in people doing evil. You understand? You are being an advocate. You're letting them know it's okay for them to do it, even though you don't do it. That's why you would want to stay
Con,
away from it. You know what I mean? Altogether. Like for instance, me for myself, like if Halloween come around, I mean, like the whole month of October, I'll make sure I don't get no type of pumpkins. You know what I mean? Now turkey's a little bit harder, but you know what I mean. I make sure on the day that people having their Thanksgiving, I'm not eating turkey that day. You know what I mean? Like I'll stay away from those things because you don't want to have no type of participation or advocates for giving people the okay to think that it's okay. You know what I mean? So you got that verse for me?
Con. The book of Leviticus, chapter 19, verse 17. Thou, thou shalt not hate thy brother in thy heart. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor, and not suffer sin upon him.
Right. You shall not hate your brother. You selling your brother that. That's like, for instance, that's like me selling weed and I don't smoke weed. You know what I mean? I'm selling you something that I know that you're gonna go ahead and sin against the Lord when you do it. But I'm thinking it's okay because I don't do it. It'll be no different from somebody selling weed. You understand? If you see somebody with that habit, are they coming to you trying to celebrate that? If anything, you want to rebuke that brother. You understand? You selling him that and giving him all the tools that he need to celebrate that is you actually hating that brother. You know what I mean? You don't care about what he do. You're not worried about him. All you cared about is money. You understand? Like I said, that's why I related to selling weed. It's no different from people who sell weed. All you thinking about is money. You know what I mean? You just thinking about you getting that cash, and you don't care how you get it. In a sense, the same thing as selling somebody a turkey that you know they're gonna eat for Thanksgiving. You know what I mean? You selling them a Christmas tree or firecrackers that they know they're gonna shoot at 4th of July or you know what I mean New Year's Eve. It's still in that Christmas spirit. So you want to stay away from that, and you want to rebuke them if anything. Tell them that it's not okay to do. That you shouldn't do that. You know you shouldn't be buying no firecrackers to celebrate that. The Lord don't want us to do that. You understand? So that's what you want to do. You don't want. It's not okay to sell them that. You understand? You got that? Is that you Tawab?
yeah, cut the water, sir.
All right, no sweat. Anybody else got any questions? All right, no sweat. We're gonna get into today's topic, which is we're gonna start off with voting first. You understand? Because around this time of year, you know what I mean. Especially if you don't vote and you black Hispanic and American, you know your friends automatically pushing that on you. You know what I mean. You got friends telling you should vote. They proud that they vote. They trying to encourage you. They make it seem like as if you a terrible person or you just a horrible person just because you don't vote, or they make it seem like if something when they vote and it go wrong and they don't get how they don't get what they wanted to happen, they make it seem like it's your fault. You understand? We've been voting for what? Damn near 200, 300 years. We've been voting for a couple of hundred years, man. And nothing has changed. You know what I mean? Nothing has changed out of all the times that we've been voting. You understand? The black people are still in the same condition. Even when Obama was the president, black people are still in the same condition. You understand? There's nothing in change. We didn't get better. We didn't, you know what I mean, get more rights or get more freedom or whatever you want to call it. But instead of people realizing that it's the system that's set up, it's the government that don't want us to prosper, they blame it on another black person because they didn't vote. You understand? When really voting is actually against the Lord, and voting is just what sinners do. You know what I mean? Somebody in the world that don't, you know what I mean, don't want to change their life and don't want to actually serve the Lord, they only choice to try to make it seem like they not part of the problem and that they being proactive in doing something is voting. You know what I mean? That's their way that they can go ahead and think, well, you know what I mean, I voted, I did my part. You know what I mean? Really, all you did was get up and go to a poll and put in a ballot. You know what I mean? Maybe one little pin check or whatever, and you put it in a ballot, and you think that that's all the work that's done to help Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans get out of the conditions that they in. you voting and your vote. First of all, we know your vote don't count. But second of all, you doing that don't mean that you change anything. Give me start at Deuteronomy 17. Give me for Deuteronomy chapter 17 verse 14. You know what I mean? They thinking in their mind just because they put a piece of paper in a ballot that they actually are proactive in the black community and helping black people get off of drugs and you know what I mean get off of you know what I mean being poor and being in poverty. You're not helping at all just because you put something in the ballot, especially when you know your vote don't count. You understand? Like a lot of people want to say, "Oh well, it's our fault. The reason why we didn't vote. That's why Donald Trump got in office or whatever or whatnot." You know what I mean? Last time I checked, Hillary Clinton won the popular vote. Did she not? You know what I mean? Like you want to say it's because we didn't vote, but what would it have mattered if we voted or not? Hillary Clinton won the popular vote. But of course, we know that the popular vote, your vote, don't mean nothing. It's the electoral vote that count. I don't know how many times you have to keep telling people this. Like even people who vote, they know this, but for some reason they think they vote count. They only allow you to vote just to make it seem like you know what I mean, so you can feel like you was a part of something, that you had a choice or you had a decision in making who's gonna be the leader of America. You understand? But if, like I said, if you had the choice, well, who President Bush wouldn't have been in office. Al Gore won the popular vote in that election. You know what I mean? Hillary Clinton won this popular vote. You understand? So if voting really mattered, then that would be your president. But I'm going to get more scriptures into it of why you shouldn't vote and why it's actually against the Lord for you to think that you can vote and that'll help out black people. That'll help us get out of the conditions that we in. You got that from me? Deuteronomy 17 and 14?
Con. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 17, verse 14. When thou art come unto the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee.
Right, so when you come into the land where the Lord gives you, you know what I mean, your land, keep going.
And shall possess it, and shall dwell therein, and shall say, I will set a king over me.
Right, so when we get our land and we think, you know what I mean, we say in our heart, we should set a king or we should set somebody to be a ruler over you. You understand? That's what people do today when they vote. You know what I mean? They setting somebody to try to be a ruler over them. You understand? Keep going.
Like as all the nations that are about me.
Right, keep going.
Verse 15. Thou shalt in any wise set king over thee, whom the Lord thy God shall choose one from among thy brethren.
Right, so when you choose somebody to be your leader, they should be your brother. You understand? That should be a brother or a sister, somebody of your nation. So when you got, you know what I mean, Obama, Clinton, you know what I mean, Hillary Clinton, Donald Trump, Bernie Sanders, whoever, those, first of all, are not people of your nation. You understand? But even if it was a brother that was running, you know why you still shouldn't vote for that brother? Because the Lord has to choose who's over us, man. You understand? If you go back to the Bible, all the kings that were set over us, the Lord chose them, man. King David, Solomon, you know what I'm saying? Saul, Samuel, all those kings are kings that, you understand, the Lord chose, which now is our king, which is Christ, Yahweh Shah. You understand? That's all who the Lord chose to be a king over us. Read that from the top again.
Con. Thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee, whom the Lord thy God shall choose, one among thy brethren.
Right, one among thy brethren, whom the Lord shall choose. That's who should be the king over us, man. You understand? When people vote for, I'm gonna get into it later. Keep going on that.
Con. Shall thou set king over thee? Thou mayest not set a stranger over thee.
Right, thou mayest not set a stranger over there. Meaning you should not set someone who's not over your nation. I mean, Slaki, that's not of your nation over you. You understand? Me going and voting for Donald Trump or Bernie Sanders. I don't even know who the captain. Bernie Sanders, Donald Trump, and that's all I really know. You understand? You shouldn't set them over you because they're not from your nation, man. And that's not who the Lord chose. They don't follow. They don't give a damn about the Lord. The Lord don't even care about them. That's another nation, man. You understand? The only way we going to be able to get out of our conditions that we in is to have somebody that's from our nation that's over us. You understand? You know why? Because they'll be able to relate to us. They'll be able to be we don't even have nobody that's of our nation to even have a voice for us, to be the representative for Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans. You understand? That's why you shouldn't vote, man. You understand? We need somebody that at least come from the same conditions that we in and knows what we go through, knows our lifestyle, so they could be able to be an advocate or you know what I mean, or be a voice for the conditions that we go through to help us. You know what I mean? Donald Trump don't know what it's like to be in our shoes. Bernie Sanders don't know what it's like. Bernie Sanders may seem like he like black people, but he don't know what it's like to be in our shoes, man. You understand? Keep going on that.
Okay. Verse 16. But he shall not multiply horses to
Right.
himself.
Was that it on verse 15 where it say
It was the end of this slothia. Which
Yeah.
said, which is not thy brother.
right, it says read that whole part again.
Come on. Thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee, whom the Lord thy God shall choose.
Right. Keep going.
One from among thy brethren shall thou set king over thee. Thou mayest not set a stranger over thee, which is not thy brother.
Right. Now why did the scripture say thou shalt not set a stranger over thee which is not thy brother? Why does scripture say that? This is for a lot of them Christians that see one word and just run with it and they don't understand the context. I damn near gave it away, but why did it say you shall not set a stranger over thee, one that's not thy brother?
Slakia.
Go ahead.
I mean, basically like you just said, you gotta set your own brother within your nature because he can relate to your problems, your struggles and all that. But you get somebody from another nation, they're gonna relate to their problems, their struggles. And they don't care about the other nation's problems and struggles.
Right, that's true. But it's a reason why I brought it out. That's not what I'm necessarily looking for. It's a reason why I brought this out. It said, thou shalt set a stranger over thee. Thou shalt not set a stranger over thee that is not from thy brethren. Why did it say that? There's a certain reason why. You understand? If you remember some of my old classes, you probably remember it. But it's a reason why it said that. Go ahead.
It's like the bottom reason because like we're not supposed to be mixed with other races.
That's true. But look at okay, I'm trying to see. That's true, but that's not necessarily what I'm looking for. Anybody else want to take a shot? Why did it say that? Like, why did it word it like that? Like, you would think in your mind that as long as it says stranger, it really covers it. But it goes on to say stranger that is not from thy brother. Like, what is a stranger?
Salaki.
Go ahead.
Is a stranger considered a heathen?
Yeah, that's true. You know what I mean? But what also is a stranger?
They could be somebody that's from Slocky. They'll be somebody that's not from your land. It's like
You right. You onto it. Somebody that's not from their land, but
A salagi, man.
go ahead.
London Van Bible Compact Bible Dictionary is a stranger, foreigner who put himself under protection of Israel and Israel's God, who submitted to many requirements of the law of Israel, and who was Salagi, and who was therefore given certain privileges at Salagi.
That's it on that? Is there ain't no more?
Then number 2 is a foreigner who did not have courteous fellowship with Israel.
That's it? Ain't no more?
And then the third one is a people entirely different from or even hostile to Israel.
All right. According to the Bible, in the context of the Bible, a stranger could also be
That's
your...
ain't number 3.
You said what? Go ahead.
It's like I was just gonna ask was like with number 3 being that it say people entirely different from or even hostile to Israel.
Yeah, this is what this context, this is what the verse is talking about. When the verse mentions stranger, that's what it's talking about. It's talking about somebody from another nation. You understand? But it said, but the reason why it says that's not from thy brother is because your brother could be a stranger too. Just like Napah said, it could be a brother that is an Israelite. You understand? But he don't live in your land. He's from another land. You understand? That they will be called a stranger. You know what I mean? Just like how, you know what I mean, we will call a brother that came from UK alien. He wouldn't be from this land, so he would need a visa to get in. He would be a stranger. You know what I mean? So that's why I say from among that's not from among their brother, because your brother can be a stranger as well. But that's why it's specifically showing you what stranger is talking about. Because somebody can get it in their mind and be thinking, well, your brother could be a stranger, so you gotta be from Israel. You gotta be born here to be the, you know what I mean, be the king. But that's not necessarily the case. You understand? If a brother was a stranger and the Lord chose him, as long as he's a brother, you know what I mean, he can be the king. He can be if the Lord chooses him. You understand? But this is talking about a stranger that's from another nation. Keep going, read the next verse.
Verse 16. For he shall not multiply horses to himself, nor cause the people to return to Egypt.
Right. Why does it say is that it on that verse? Is more?
Yeah, verse 16 is more.
Is more? Go ahead.
Come on. To the end that he should multiply horses.
Right. You understand? Now, why does it say he shouldn't multiply horses? What is that talking about? They say he shouldn't. This is how the king got to be. Now, we realize that the king got to be somebody that the Lord chooses from amongst our brother. Now is giving you the attributes and what the king has to be. You know what I mean? What he has to do. And it says he should not multiply horses. What does that mean?
Salakia, sir.
Go ahead.
Does it coincide with like the pastors and these priests and these government leaders that just greedy, you know what I'm saying, and basically looking out for themselves and multiplying things upon themselves instead of reaching out to the people of a low state?
Yeah, give me 1 second. Shalom, Lord Christ. Somebody just called in.
Clint and my ribs tonight.
All right, y'all doing Tawab?
This is wild.
All right, Most High in Christ. All right, we at Deuteronomy 17, the 17th chapter right now, at verse 16. But yeah, you were exactly right, young man Kevian. You understand? That's exactly what it's talking about. You understand? He shouldn't be greedy, man.
Sir.
You understand? Go ahead.
This young man, Will, I have a question about verse 14.
Go ahead.
Would Jeremiah chapter 30 and verse 21 be a good precept for that?
Go ahead, read it.
Jeremiah chapter 30 verse 21. Their leader will be one of their own, and their ruler will arise from their midst. And I will bring him near, and he will approach me. But who would dare on his own to approach me, declares Yahweh.
Right, that would be a perfect precept for it, man. Your ruler will be of your own, man, not of another nation. That would be a perfect precept for that. You understand? But give me back to verse 16. Yeah, what young man Kevian said was right. You understand? He shouldn't be greedy. You know what I mean? If he got all the horses, say, you know what I mean? Say if he was a leader, he got all the horses, then what horses can his brothers have? His brothers would need some horses too, right? You understand? So it's actually talking about real horses, but it's giving you the mindset of you can't be greedy. You can't be taking everything for yourself. Keep going.
Oh,
Salakia, sir.
Give me 1 second. Keep going.
For as much as the Lord have said unto you, ye shall henceforth return no more that way.
All right, what you about to say?
I was going to ask a question with another precept for that verse right there, verse 16.
Yeah, no
Would
problem.
Psalm chapter 20, verse 7 be a good precept for that?
Go ahead, read it for me.
This is the book of Psalm chapter 20, verse 7. I just lost it. Hold on for a moment.
You put Psalms chapter. Oh, go ahead.
Can you pull it up for me? Sir? I don't have my Bible with me.
Was it Psalms what?
20 and verse 17.
Pull up 2017 Psalms.
Psalms 20 and 17?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 17 verse on Psalms.
Oh, it said there ain't no 17 verse in Psalms, the 20th chapter.
So, like I said, let me go back and find that scripture.
All right, no sweat. I'm gonna come back to it. Keep reading though. Verse 17. Deuteronomy 17 to 17.
Neither shall he multiply wise to himself, that his heart turn not away.
Right. So it says, neither shall he multiply wives to himself. Now, is this saying that he only can have one wife?
Salaki.
Go ahead.
Allow, sir.
So what is it saying?
It's saying, man, get you some wives, but don't be greedy. Don't be out here trying to screw all the women like fat ass, Bishop TD Jason, you know. You know what I'm saying? Get you some wives, man. Make sure your brothers don't scrape too.
Right. That's exactly what it's saying, man. You understand? Because you got to think about it. He's the king. He can. You know what I mean? All the women gonna want the king. You know what I'm saying? He got everything. All the women gonna want him. You understand? But be mindful. Don't take all the women. You understand? Maybe, you know what I mean, you got 10. Maybe the king got 10. Maybe you got a brother who has none. You know what I mean? Let him get a wife. You understand? It goes into the same mindset of them not being greedy, man. You understand? Them serving the Lord. You understand? Go ahead.
That scripture I was asking about is Psalm chapter 20, verse 7.
All right, you know, so we'll come back to it. I'm going to, you know what I mean, move along. I'm going to come back to it, though. You understand? Keep going.
That his heart not turn away, neither shall he greatly multiply to himself silver and gold.
Right, and that's why I say neither shall he multiply to himself silver and gold, man. Same thing. You understand? You can't be hoarding all the money, taking all the money for yourself. You understand? You got to be mindful of the people. You can't be mindful of yourself. You can't be just thinking about yourself. You got to be thinking about what the people want. You understand? What the people need. You understand? That's the requirement to be over the nation. That's why Commander General Yohana is the way he is. He cares about the people more than he cares about himself. He puts us first. You understand? That's how you got to be set as a king. You know what I mean? Now, we know the Commander General Yohana is in charge until Christ come back, who is the king. But that's the attributes that you got to have to just be a leader of Israel, man. You understand? Is that it on that?
Hey, Salaki,
Go ahead.
if I may, can I just come in on that real quick?
Yeah, no sweat. Go ahead.
Hey, look, see this right here, this verse right here, so heavy, man. Because if you ask scam preachers about this verse right here, man, they gonna stumble, they gonna come up with all kind of different excuses. But the thing is, with ISUPK and Commander General Yohana, not only are you gonna get an answer, but his work gonna show for it, man. You see that Passover venue? You know if that was Kanye West having a Passover in that venue, everybody probably be paying $2,500 come up.
Damn right, man. You know what I mean? Damn right. You understand? Kanye West charging people just to come, trying to charge people just to come to his Sunday service, man. You understand? Good night. But you damn right about that, man. You understand? Keep going on that. Give me that last verse. Verse 18.
Con. And it shall be, when he sitteth upon the throne of his kingdom, that he shall write down a copy of this law in a book, out of that which is before the priests, the Levites.
Right, you understand? Meaning he's supposed to write this down as a law in the book, meaning that for somebody to be the ruler over Israel, to be the ruler of us, you got to be following the law, statutes, and commandments. You understand? If you're not following the law, statutes, and commandments, then you're going to lead us to destruction. And so many times that we had kings that were set over us and didn't do what the Lord told him to do. You understand? Did what he wanted to do. Was greedy. You know what I mean? You got Samuel. I think it was Saul, actually, Salaki. You got Saul who saved the Edomite alive, man. You understand? Caused us to get destroyed. You know what I mean? Even Solomon, when he multiplied the wives, was on, you know what I mean? He was, you know what I mean, thinking about himself. You understand? That's the destruction of us. That's why you can't vote for nobody, because they don't care about, first of all, they're not from your brother, and second of all, they don't care about what the Lord had to say. You understand? They're not righteous men. You understand? Those is wicked men that is lying to you, man. Which get me into my next verse. Give me Leviticus 19 and 11. You understand? This is another reason why you can't vote, because everybody know when it comes to politicians, it's just damn near a game of snakes and mouses, man. You understand? They lying to you. They tell you all the things that you want to hear just to pull it from under your rug once you finally vote them in and you elect them in and they the president. They don't do none of the things that they said they was going to do. You understand? It's all just a game to bamboozle you. You know what I mean? To lie to you, to make you feel good that, you know what I mean, some change is going to come. Or that you got some type of hope. You understand? Go ahead.
I have a question about a precept for that verse we just read, verse 18.
Yeah, go ahead.
Would First Kings 2 and 3 be a good precept for that?
Yeah, go ahead.
First Kings 2 and 3. And keep the charge of Yahweh, your power, to walk in his ways and to keep his statutes, commandments, ordinances, and decrees, as is written in the law of Moses, so that you may prosper in all you do and wherever you turn.
Right, that would be a precept for it, because that's how you prosper, man. That's how you end up knowing that what you're doing is righteous, that you're leading the people righteous by following the Lord, man. So that would be a perfect precept for it. You understand? You got that from me, Leviticus 19 and 11?
Come. Ye shall not steal.
Read the verse.
Leviticus chapter 19, verse 11. Ye shall not steal, neither deal falsely, neither lie one to another.
Right, you shouldn't lie to one to another. That's a law. You understand? All the politicians do is lie all day, man. You understand? Like I said, most people vote them into office because of why? Because of whatever sin or whatever they doing that's against the Lord, that person that they voting into office is for it. You understand? Like Obama got voted into the presidency to make homosexuality legal in America, man. You understand? So of course homosexuals are gonna vote for him. You understand? Because they want to be homosexual. They want it to be legal. They want to legally get married. You know what I mean? You got a wave of our people, black. You got a wave of brothers and sisters ready to vote for Bernie Sanders. Why? Because Bernie Sanders is an advocate and is for smoking weed. You know what I mean? That's why brothers and sisters trying to get Bernie Sanders. So like somebody got an echo on there? No, it's Tawab now. But you know what I mean? That's why people want to vote Bernie Sanders in the office. He's saying that he want to make weed legal. You understand? Any type of sin or whatever people want to do, the politician or whoever will lie to them and tell them that that's what they're going to be an advocate for, and that's why they voting them in office. That's why voting is a sinner's only choice, man. You understand? When you serving the Lord, you know who's your king. Your king is Yahweh Shai. You understand? You don't need to vote for him. The Lord chose him. But when you in the world and you sinning, you gotta like I said, you gotta make it seem like you actually doing something, that you actually proactive. You know what I mean? That you actually trying to help the community. When you in essence, you're really not doing nothing. You understand? That's why they'll vote for a president. That's why they'll, you know what I mean, hoping, they're putting all their hopes in a president, as if the president is going to actually change how we live or what we going through. That's why I get tired of every time when election comes around, when it's election year, you got all the brothers and sisters that's coming up to you. They wear the little pin. They put the pin in their shirt saying, I voted. And they bragging as if they just did some super like they accomplished some super fleet. You know what I mean? Like they just did something real important. And then they'll ask you, well, did you vote? You know what I mean? I always tell them, no, I don't believe in voting. And they want to always give you a lecture about how you the problem and you the reason of what's wrong with the black community and why we in the conditions that we in. You know what I mean? Like it's a mentality of. Give me 1 second. It's just a mentality of always wanting to blame your brothers and sisters for the problems instead of blaming the ones that's actually the problems, actually ones that's doing it to you. You know what I'm saying? You about to say something, young man, Kevin?
Sir. The scripture that says, if you hate your brother, you hate God, hate the Most High. Is it safe to say that if you lie to your brother, you steal from your brother, that you hate, that you lie and steal from the Most High?
You said if you say it's safe to say that if you lie or steal from your brother, that you lying and stealing from the Most High?
Sir.
Give me Matthew. Give me Napas. Pull Matthew 25 and 45. I'm gonna answer it with a scripture. All right.
I don't want
Give me Matthew 25 and 45.
Come on, this is the book of Matthew chapter 25, verse 45. Then shall he answer them, saying, Verily, I say unto you, inasmuch as ye did it not to come of the least of these, ye did it not to me.
Right, read that again.
Okay, come. Then shall he answer them, saying, Verily, I say unto you, inasmuch as ye did it not to one of least of these, ye did it not. Ye did it not to me.
Right, it says, "Verily I say unto you." So, like, give me 1 second. Give me, was it Matthew 25 and 45?
Come.
It says, "Then shall he answer them, saying, Verily I say unto you, inasmuch as ye did it not to one of the least of these, ye have did it not to me." And it's vice versa. Is if you do something to Christ, or if you did something, it's like if you did something to the least of the people, you done did it to Christ. So yeah, if somebody did steal from you, you stealing from Christ, man. You know what I mean? You stealing from the Lord. So that would be the scripture. There's another one in there. Let me see something real quick. But let me see. Give me 1 second. It's Matthew 25 and 40. Jump up to 40. That's actually the one I wanted.
Come. The book of Matthew, chapter 25, verse 40. And the king shall answer and say unto them, Verily I say unto you, inasmuch as ye have done it unto one of the least of these my brethren, ye have done it unto me.
Right. As much as you have done to the least of these brethren, so you done it to the lowest of the brothers. You know what I mean? You did it to someone who you thought that, you know what I mean? That's even going to somebody, you doing it like we in the truth, and we do it to somebody in the world. You know what I mean? If you do anything wrong to a brother, you have done it to Christ. You know what I mean? You have done it to the King. You have done it to the Lord. So yes, if somebody does steal from you, you know what I mean? You might as well be stealing from the Lord, man. You understand? That's the whole point of brotherhood. So that would be the answer to your question, and you are correct.
Come on, sir.
All right, no sweat. Give me back to where we was at. Deuteronomy, what was that? 17 and no, Leviticus 19 and 11. Give me Leviticus 19 and 11. Read that from the top again.
Come. The book of Leviticus, chapter 19, verse 11. Ye shall not steal, neither deal falsely, neither lie one to another.
Right, you understand? That's all that goes on in politicians, man. You understand? It's just a game of snakes and mouses. We should know this by now. After all the stuff that we done been through, I think we, Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans, should know by now that all they do is just lie. You understand? They don't fulfill and do anything that they promised that they was going to do. You understand? That's why it's called politics. You understand? That's not going to help us get out of none of the situations that we're in, especially when they don't serve the Lord. You understand? Which give me to my next verse. Give me
Good luck, you, sir.
yeah, go ahead. Give me Exodus 23 and 1. Go ahead.
Would Ephesians chapter 4 and 25 be a good precept for what we just read?
Read it for me.
Come. This is the book of Ephesians chapter 4, verse 25. Therefore, each of you must put off falsehood and speak truthfully to his neighbor, for we are members of one another.
Right, you understand? That would be a precept for it. And that's how you got to do it, man. You got to speak truthfully for one another. You can't tell somebody you're going to do something knowing damn well you're not going to do it. You understand? You can't, that's lying, man. You understand? It's against the Bible to do that. You say you're going, you know what I mean? You got the politicians or whoever's running, the candidates that's running for president, they'll tell you that, okay, we'll get rid of student loans or, you know what I mean, something like that. They get in office and you never hear about nothing about no student loans, man. You understand? I'm just saying that because those are things that make Black people vote for them. You know what I mean? When you talk about student loans, reparations, all these stuff that was promised to us, especially by these other nations, and they never go in and do them, man. You understand? I'm tired of, I would never believe a politician until they give every Black person 40 acres and a mule like they promised us when they emancipated the slaves. You understand? They still haven't did the first things that they promised. What make you think they're gonna keep them now, or they gonna do them now? You understand? They just gonna come and they gonna come to the certain communities, say certain things because they know that a black vote is a lot of black people like to vote and feel like they they accomplished something or did something. So they'll come to the black community and try to say a couple of words to get you on their side so they can get your vote. You understand? But in reality, we know it don't matter. We know the electoral college is what matters. You understand? But that would be a precept. Give me, you got that? Is Exodus 23 and read verse 1? Oh, go ahead.
Even with the, is it safe to say like even with the verse you just brought out, young man Willie just brought up, like is it safe to say like this just brother more exposed the principle of the devil that he is, you know what I'm saying, according to the Bible, because you know what I'm saying, like with the politicians and all this stuff, like they say this, they tell this like you know what I'm saying, like us in the world they really be ready to game. It's like, but these folks really be pimping it like every election with the same as that lies, you know what I'm saying? And like we just keep falling for it, you know what I'm saying? But it's basically that's just a way to show like, you know what I'm saying, like they are the devil that the Bible speaks of because they lie, you know what I'm saying? Like right there, plain sight lie.
Yeah, that's a perfect scripture to show that they are the devil. You know what I mean? Obviously, there's more. You know what I mean? They get real direct. But yes, you know what I mean? That's a scripture to tell you in essence that they are the devil that the Bible speaks of. You understand? Like Hillary Clinton.
Yes, sir.
Give me 1 second. Hillary Clinton always talks about, you know what I mean, how she care about black people and she, you know what I mean, she really aim her direct towards the black vote. But then she came out and said that black people are what she said, they were scavengers. No, they said they were predators. You know what I mean? She said black people were predators, man. You understand me? They don't give a damn about black, Hispanic, and Native Americans people. They just want the vote. You understand? They want you to get in office and then you damn near, you know what I mean, here nor there to them once they got voted in, man. You understand? But give me 1 second on that. We're gonna keep going on with the scriptures just for time's sake. Give me you got that? Exodus chapter 23, verse 1?
Con. The book of Exodus, chapter 23, verse 1. Thou shalt not raise a false report.
Right, thou shalt not raise a false report. Keep going.
Put not thy hand with the wicked. Put not thy hand with the wicked. Be a unrighteous witness.
To be an unrighteous witness, right. Put not thy hand with the wicked to be an unrighteous witness. What is that talking about? On topic to today's class.
Let's allow you, sir.
Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Can you repeat that scripture?
Exodus, give me 1 second. It's Exodus 23 and 1. You can read it again, Napash?
Con. Thou shalt not raise a false report. Put not thy hand with the wicked to be an unrighteous witness.
Right. What is that talking about when it said, put not thy hand for it to be an unrighteous witness?
Let's allow you, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
It is basically saying don't be a Martin Luther King. Don't be, you know what I'm saying, jumping in them folks' business, jumping on them folks' side, you know what I'm saying, lying to try to get some prosperity, you know what I'm saying, for yourself out there.
Right, that's exactly what it's talking about. Meaning, if somebody comes to you when they're talking about voting, you could pull this verse on them and tell them that voting is evil, and this is a scripture for you to know that you shouldn't be voting, man. You shouldn't go with them to the voting poll to vote just because they you know what I mean, making you feel bad that you didn't vote. Or they trying to make you feel bad because you really shouldn't feel bad. You know what I mean? You shouldn't give a damn if they care. You know what I mean? If they say, they talk about if you didn't vote or not. But it's showing you that it's wicked to go and vote with the people, man. Just because that's what the people want to do, just because that's something that, you know, everybody else want to do. You shouldn't follow them, go with the wind just because that's what they want to do, man. You understand? Read the next verse.
Verse 2. Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil, neither shalt thou speak in a cause to decline after many to wrest judgment.
Right. Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil, man. Just because everybody else do it don't mean you do it. You know what I mean? That's a lot of our mentalities that we have now. That's a lot of the reason why we do things that we do now. You know what I mean? Just because the multitude, you start seeing everybody else do it, so you just think, well, why don't I just get on board? You know what I mean? Like, people start wearing skinny jeans. You start to see everybody wearing skinny jeans, and you see the girls like them. Then what? You guess what? Now you got skinny jeans on. You know what I mean?
Lost you, sir.
Go ahead.
It's so heavy that this verse just got brought out. The Roots out of Philadelphia, they made a song back in the day said, "Never do what they do."
Right.
And
You know,
this scripture is a testimony to that song. Never do what they do.
right. Well, their song is a scripture testimony to the scripture, but you know what I mean? That's right, man. You understand? Don't do what the mass do, man. You know what I mean? The mass is gonna do what media and you know what I mean social media outlets is gonna tell them to do. You know what I mean? They just follow the wind. They follow whatever is in, whatever is the fad, whatever seems like the good thing to do. You understand? You don't do that. Because 9 times out of 10, if everybody else doing it, it's something wicked, man. You know what I mean? It's something that the Lord don't want you to do. You understand? Like I said, a lot of people are peer pressured into voting, man. That's one of the main reasons why a lot of people vote, and they adopt the whole mindset. Oh yeah, I vote. Then they start to feel special about themselves, all because everybody else vote. You know what I mean? A lot of people celebrate birthdays or holidays because everybody else do. You'll find out that a lot of people, if it was up to them, they might not celebrate Christmas or Halloween or something like that, but because they families is pressuring them and pushing it on them and telling them, why you not, everybody, we got everybody here but you, why? They end up going. They end up celebrating. They end up doing it. Because they just following the multitude to do it. They don't want to feel left out. That's why it's important to teach your children from a young age not to do this, or as soon as you can to not do this stuff. Because your children will be the ones that go through the most peer pressure. They go to school, and just because they go to school, Shalom, Lord Christ, somebody just called in? All right, no sweat. But you understand, a lot of children, they go to school and they got, you know what I mean, the teachers giving out Halloween candy. They got Valentine's cards for people. You know what I mean? They doing all types of things, putting that peer pressure on you so you can just follow the multitude to do evil. You know what I mean? But you're not supposed to do that. Read the scripture again from the top.
The book of Exodus, chapter 23 and 1. Thou shalt not raise a false report.
No, read verse 2.
Verse 2. Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil.
Right, you should not follow a multitude to do evil, man. You understand? It's against the Lord. Why don't you be the one that actually decides to stand out? No, I mean, it was one point in time where we used to take, you know what I mean, take a little pride in being the one that's not doing what everybody else doing. You know what I mean? Being the one that's what they call the black sheep of the family or something like that. You know what I mean? Why don't you be the black sheep, man? Why don't you be the one that actually got a brain and think for himself instead of just doing what everybody else do? You understand? Instead of going down to the voting polls and just voting just because everybody else voting. You know what I mean? Y'all didn't accomplish nothing. Y'all didn't do nothing, man. You just voted some evil, wicked bastard in office. That's all you did was vote the next wicked, evil bastard in office to do whatever the hell he want to do and not give a damn about you. You understand? Like I always tell people who vote, what has voting gotten us up to this point? What has voting done for us? A lot of people say, you know what I mean, our ancestors died to vote. You know what I mean? They died for this. Our ancestors died for us to be able to have this opportunity. You know what I mean? If you was able to ask our ancestors what they died, first of all, they didn't die for anything. They was murdered. You know what I mean? You ask our ancestors, I'm pretty sure they wanted to live. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure they didn't want to be in America coming over here on slave ships, being whipped and having to pick cotton all day. That's why you would have slave revolts. They would try to get away. You know what I mean? If anything, our ancestors died to be separate, man. Because that's what happened right when we got free. We had Black Wall Street and we were separate from them. You understand? But they like to use that notion that, oh, our ancestors died for us to be able to have this right. You know what I mean? They look how far we come. We able to vote now. And you know what I mean? All this nonsense. Like I said, that don't make no sense, man. You ask them, they was murdered. They didn't die for no cause of America. They was murdered, man. You understand? That's what that. And if really, when we voting, we disrespect and we dishonoring our ancestors. You understand? When we voting to be integrated and looking for some white devil, you know what I mean? Looking for the oppressor, to get us out of our conditions. You know what I mean? Why we gotta look? Why we relegated to have to look at our oppressor to get us out of the conditions we in, and we can't look at each other to get ourselves out of this condition. We can't look at another black man or black man to get us out of these conditions. You know what I mean? Especially when we got the greatest person to ever walk the earth was a black man, which is Christ. You understand? We want to look for every other out, you know what I mean, that we can get instead of our own. You know what I mean? Anything to discredit black people. You understand? That's the type of mentality that we have, which we got to, you know what I mean, we got to get rid of. You understand? It was beating on us during slavery. You understand? Matter of fact, give me Lamentations. Give me Lamentations 4 and 17. Pull Lamentations 4 in chapter 4 verse 17, man. You understand? Because it's even against the Bible to even look to another nation to get you out of our condition. I mean, it says it in Deuteronomy, Deuteronomy 28 and 68, that we shall be sold into slavery for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy us. Give me 1 second. It means no man shall buy you, meaning no man shall redeem you. You understand? So why are we thinking that out of nowhere, some, you know what I mean, some oppressor, you know what I mean, some so-called white man is gonna come and he gonna love black people so much that, you know what I mean, he gonna get us out of these conditions. Or he's just gonna come, and all he was thinking about his whole life was how he can help black people. So he got as a president, and now he helping black. That's never gonna happen, man. You understand? You was gonna say something? So you said Salakia?
Sir. Yeah, I was gonna say I wanted to ask, like, well, cause I never really did research on it, because when I just can't understand it. But like, what is the origin of, like? But I have seen photos. But like, what is the origin of? You know what I'm saying? Like, when people, I mean, I know it's about the leader line that they say when they say, "Oh, our ancestors died to vote." But like, what do that come? Why do they think that the ancestors? Where that come from?
I couldn't tell you, man. You know what I mean? It's some Uncle Tom somewhere, some, you know what I mean? Martin Luther King had a lot to do with it, because Martin Luther King, you know what I mean, with the whole, I have a dream that we'd be integrated and we'll be together. You know what I mean? It goes hand in hand with that. But, you know what I mean? I couldn't tell you exactly where it come from for people saying our ancestors died for this. You know what I mean? I guess it's just some type of, you know what I mean, movement pushed on black people to get them to conform, to get them to be integrated in with white people. But it makes no sense when you actually think about it, man. You understand? Like, give me 1 second. You know what I mean? Like for instance, them saying that, you saying practically, you know what I mean, our ancestors that are women, they wanted to get raped so they can be able to vote one day. You know what I mean? That makes no sense. The men got what they call it, buck busting, whatever they call it, where they was raping the men. The men wanted to get raped just so we can just one day we'll be able to vote. You know what I mean? They wanted to get torn apart with horses just so one day we can vote. You know what I mean? It makes no sense when you think about it. But you just about to say something else?
Oh yeah, I was gonna ask. So is it basically something like the Black Lives Movement that just pretty much came out of nowhere, probably backed by some old devils?
I mean, you can relate it to that, but I wouldn't necessarily relate it to that just because Black Lives was like an actual movement, where this was just, you know what I mean, people coming up with it and saying it. You understand? But it has some similar, but I wouldn't necessarily relate to that. But, you know what I mean? It's like, but, you know what I mean? It is some relevance to it, because people come up with the Black Lives Movement, you know what I mean, I guess, I don't even know what the Black Lives Movement was supposed to even mean. I guess Black Lives Matter, but, you know what I mean? It's just a bunch of, at the end of the day, it's just a bunch of nonsense, man. It's just a bunch of nonsense to make us feel good about being integrated. You know what I mean? To make us feel good about the conditions that we in. And so make us feel like we actually doing something proactive to change the conditions of black people. That's what it all just stems off of. You having a notion or the mindset that you think that by you doing this, you're actually helping the black community. That you're actually being proactive. That's all it just bases it off of. You understand? But give me Lamentations 4 and 17.
Called the book of Lamentations, chapter 4, verse 17. As for us, our eyes as yet fail for our vain help. And in our watching we have watched for a nation that could not save us.
You see that, man? You understand? As for us, our eyes So like our eyes as yet failed for our vain help, man. You understand? We looking for help for the other nations, and it's for vain. It's vain, man. It's for nothing. And so ain't no other nation gonna help you get you out this situation. Ain't no president that you gonna vote in the office gonna help you. You know what I mean? You can talk all you want. Well, it's just because we not voting this. It don't matter who won it. Hillary Clinton could be the president right now, and nothing would have changed. You know what I mean? Oh, give me. Go ahead.
Would Lamentations chapter 1 verse 7 be a good precept for that verse we just read?
Yeah, read it.
Con out of one con. The book of Lamentations chapter 1 verse 7. In the days of her affliction and wandering, Jerusalem remembers all the treasures that were hers in days of old. When her people fell into the hand of the adversary, she had no one to help. Her enemies looked at her, laughing at her downfall.
Right, that is a great precept for it, man, because that's what they do. We looking for a nation to help us, but they laughing at us, man. They mocking us. You understand? They not looking to help us. They not figuring out a plan to, you know what I mean, to get us out of these conditions. You understand? Like how is the question? How does the oppressor show love for himself? You know what I mean, his people.
Love you, sir.
Go ahead.
By oppressing the people that he's oppressing to make sure that his people are straight.
Right, you understand? Meaning, you damn right, but meaning by hating other nations. That's how he shows the love for his nation. You understand? The ones the white power, white supremacy, those are the ones that have the most love for white people. You know what I mean? The KKK, those are the ones that love white people more than any other white person. You know because you know why they love white people so much? They love themselves so much that they're willing to hate other nations. They're willing to kill other nations. It's all in the name for their nation, man. You understand? That's how you show. So if that's the case, then how would I show that I love black people? The same way, man. You know what I mean? But we got in our mind that in order to show that you got it, which makes no sense, but in order to show that you really love black people, you gotta love everybody. How does that make sense? You know what I mean? That makes no sense, man. You understand? But read verse 17 again, or read verse 17 again.
Con. The book of Lamentations, chapter 4, verse 17. As for us, our eyes yet fail for our vain help. In our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us.
Right, that's what you do when you go into that voting poll coming up, or the election time, you go vote and you know what I mean? You go put your ballot in. You looking for a nation that couldn't save you, man. You hoping for one of these presidents. It don't matter what president you voted for, all going down to the first president. It don't matter who won the election, we still will be in the same conditions that we in now. You know what I mean? Anybody can tell me who's running for office this upcoming election? I know it's going to be Donald Trump. Who is he competing against? Anybody know?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
The field is at like 15 to 20 people. It hasn't been narrowed down yet. Nobody knows yet.
Oh, okay. Well, you know what I mean? Out of them 20 people, no matter which one of them come the president, I guarantee you we still going to be in the same conditions that we in now. You know what I mean? Even better. There's 20 people in the pool that we don't know. Whoever it boils down to, we still going to be in the same conditions that we in now. It don't matter who you vote for. You understand? That's why it makes.
Yes, sir.
Give me one second. That's why it makes no sense when brothers and sisters sit here and try to blame you for the, you know what I mean, for the things that was going on in our community because we didn't vote. You know what I mean? Let's just say Hillary Clinton was the president. You understand? Let's say Hillary Clinton was the president now. Will we be in any better of a condition? No. She called us predators, man. Hillary Clinton's favorite or idol is Margaret Sanger, which came out with, came out with the abortions and said that they was for black people, man. That's her idol. That's her role model, man. You understand? We'd probably be in a worse condition than we in now. You understand? It wouldn't change. But you said Salakia?
Sir. I was gonna say that in this presidential election on the Democrat side, they got a couple of people that look like us, but they are more on the side of Bob Marley.
Right, you know what I mean?
They're,
Exactly.
they playing on our sense of our love for one another, you know, to try to get the black vote back into the Democratic Party. And what has been happening over these last couple of election cycles, the media will tell you that black voter turnout has increased, but when you go back and look at the numbers, it's actually decreasing every polling cycle.
I mean, that's why every year they come up with the harder campaigns, the more harder and more expensive campaigns to advertise towards black people, man. Because they know black people is giving up on voting. You know what I mean? We done came all this way and still nothing's changed. Of course, you will hope that black people will stop voting just because it don't matter. You understand? Give me 1 second. But like you said, they need the black vote. They need black people to vote. You understand? Black people don't vote, then what does that mean? That means that obviously they think that this is not working no more. So they might try to find out other reasons or other ways to, you know what I mean, get them out of their condition. No, they don't need that. They don't need us thinking about other ways that we can think of, other methods we can use. They need us voting, man. To keep us writing on a piece of damn paper and thinking that we done changed the world just because we wrote on a damn piece of paper, man. You understand? You said Salakia?
Another one, so it's like with the Republicans, you know how they coming. Like they finna just go straight up and race. It's like them Democrats though, they finna date race.
You said that? Say it one more time, Salakia.
It's like the Republican Party. You know how they coming. They coming straight up finna race. But the Democrat Party, they like finna date race.
Right, man. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly how it is, man. You understand?
Salakia, sir.
And neither. Give me 1 second. None damn of them parties care about black people, man. You understand? Go ahead. You was about to say something?
What the brother just said is so heavy. It goes back to two wings, but the same bird. You know, they're gonna have even though it's two wings on the bird, on the eagle, you still gonna have the same mindset. You know, because you work for the brain of that eagle. You know what I mean? So when they say Democrats and Republicans, they're only saying rich white people and poor white people. You know, that's basically what they're saying, and it's not that they're against one another. It's just that one side wants to have more than the other side, and they both have the same agenda at hand to get it off the backs of the black man here in America.
Right, and that's damn right, man. They both against us, man. You understand? At the end of the day, they both against black, Hispanic, and Native Americans. They not for us, man. You can't name one Democrat, because I guess black people think that, you know what I mean, Democrats is for them, the minority, quote unquote. But name one Democrat president that did anything for black people. You understand? You can't. You can't name one, man. Because there is none. None of them gives a damn about black people, man. You can precept this one. Write this down for your precept book. You can precept this with Jeremiah 3:23. Give me Jeremiah 3:23. This will be a precept to Lamentations 4:17, man. You understand? Because it's a sin to trust in another nation. To put you know what I mean? Like, we want to put all our trust into another nation to get us out of these conditions when we can just trust ourselves. We can just put our trust in ourselves, man. Love each other. Just like every other nation do. You understand? Every other nation trusts in themselves. They'll go to their people first, man. Except for us. We go to everybody else but each other. That's how much hatred we have towards each other. You know what I mean? And voting cause some of the hatred, man. Our people damn near hate you because you didn't vote. They just swear up and down that you just a worthless piece of crap black person just because you didn't vote. You know what I mean? It's a damn near nonsense. How you gonna blame a whole election on the minority of black people? We the minority. Black people the minority. You know what I mean? So even if we did vote, it's white people that is the majority. But you still want to blame it on a black person because, you know what I mean, such and such didn't get into office. Well, what about Obama? Didn't he get in office? Well, what did he do? You know what I mean? That black people would say that Obama was a victory for them. Well, what does he do? Why are we still in these conditions, man? You understand? Go ahead. You got that verse? Jeremiah 3:23?
Salakia, sir.
Go ahead.
going back to Barack Obama, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't gonna do nothing for black folks anyway, because he don't have black people interests in mind. He's a mud-eating African, you know what I'm saying? He one of them folks that got a plate in their mouth. He just took the plate out here, but he's African. He ain't even one of us. You know what I'm saying? So to look to him to try to do something for us was like looking for to squeeze water out of a rock. You know what I'm saying? Because some things you just ain't gonna get. I can't make my grass blue and it's been green all before I got here. You know what I'm saying? So that's trying to get something out of Barack Obama, African, to do something for me, a nigga. That wasn't gonna work anyway.
Right, you know what I mean? That's trusting in another nation, man. Yeah, of course we know Obama's African. You know what I mean? But that's just trusting in another nation, man. You just swear some other nation is gonna get you out of it. That's why you got brothers converting to Arabs. You know what I mean? It's like converting to Muslims. You know what I mean? I just say Arabs because Muslim and Arabs goes hand in hand. You might as well, you know what I mean? You start speaking their language when you read the Quran. You know what I mean? Me and the apostle was driving one day. Was it me and you? And they was passing out Qurans.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we had brothers passing out Qurans on the damn stoplight, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what happens when we want another nation to get us out of these conditions that we're in. You got brothers passing out Qurans to black people in Decatur. You know what I mean? You understand? Or we'll become a Christian, hoping that the so-called white man or the oppressor gonna get us out of our conditions. You know what I mean? Or being the Kemet, or you know what I mean, trusting in Obama's, and you think that the Africans one day gonna be like, yeah, we both got the same skin color. You know what I mean? Or relatively the same skin color. So they gonna help you out, man. None of these nations is gonna help us out, man. Give me that precept, Jeremiah 3:23.
Come. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 3, verse 23. Truly in vain is salvation hope far from the hills and from the multitude of mountains. Truly in the Lord our God is the salvation of Israel.
Right, read that first part again.
Con. Truly in vain is salvation hope far from the hills and from the multitude of mountains.
Right, it's truly in vain is salvation hope for from the hills and from the multitude of mountains, man. What is that talking about? Anybody want to take a shot? Go ahead.
The governments.
Right, the mountains and the hills will be the governments, man. You understand? That's talking about the governments, the multitude of governments. You understand? You hoping, that's just like I said, you hoping in the Arab nations to get you out of your conditions. You hoping in the African nations to get you out. You hoping in the white man nations to get you out of your conditions, man. All that's for vain, man. That salvation that you're hoping for is truly in vain, man. It's for nothing. You understand? Read that second part.
Truly in the Lord our God is the salvation of Israel.
Right, truly in the Lord our God is the salvation of Israel, man. You want to vote for somebody, but you don't necessarily got to vote. It's damn near not voting, but vote for Yahushua, man. Vote for Christ. All those damn Christians that go to vote, you would think that they will vote for Christ. That they would just, you know what I mean, trust in Christ, and that's their king, man. You understand? Christ said he's the king of the Jews. So why are you trying to set another person up? Like, president is just a new word of being a king, man. You understand? Back in the day, they called it king. Some places, they still call it king. In America, they call it president. You know what I mean? In Britain and Canada and stuff like that, they call it a prime minister, man. It's just like them setting the king up. Give me 1 second. It's just like them setting the king up. You a Christian. Why are you voting? You already got your king, which is Christ. You know what I mean? But it'll be all the Christian black people that'll go down to that voting office early and get their vote in and vote for some damn devil, man. You understand? Go ahead. You about to say something?
Con out of one con. I was just gonna say what you brought out right there is so heavy because if I used to be in the Christian church heavily, and what you're saying is so true. And coming to the realization of the truth of the Bible, only thing I can say about the whole matter now is that they hate Christ with a passion.
Damn right, man. They do hate Christ, man. You understand? They don't do nothing that Christ told them to do. They don't live for Christ, what Christ told them to do, man. What's getting me into my next topic, which go hand in hand, is Veterans Day, man. Veterans Day just passed. And Veterans Day is like, you know, you got a lot of black people that post their pictures up and do this and that for Veterans Day, but really they don't understand that Veterans Day is disrespectful to them, man. You understand? Veterans Day is disrespect to black people, man. All if you look at the homeless population, the homeless community, a lot of them homeless people, most of them homeless people, like the highest percentage of them homeless people are veterans, man. The ones that served in Vietnam, that served in Afghanistan and Iraq. And you know they come home and they don't got nothing, man. You understand? They come home and they don't got anything, man. You understand? They living under. Give me 1 second. They living under a bridge, man. You understand? And even going further, you got a lot of veterans, black veterans only, that come back home and they get killed by the police, tased in their eye, and go blind in their eye by the police, man. You understand? They get killed by the police. You had a veteran in the bar that tried to help white people and got shot to death, man. That's what they think about when you black and you a veteran. They don't give a damn about you being no damn veteran. America don't care about its damn veterans. They don't give a damn. You know what I mean? You come back home from being a veteran, being overseas, fighting for America because you thought what you was doing was right. You know what I mean? You fighting for America and you barely can get insurance, man. You barely, you know what I mean? Nobody ain't hiring you because you're damn near paranoid and crazy because you got PTSD. You understand? Do they give a damn? No. They care about your mental aspect? No, they don't give a damn, man. You know what I mean? Don't be in the military and because you in the military, you end up going crazy and they give you a dishonorable discharge and they act like you was never in the military ever again. You know what I mean? They give you a discharge and that's it. You don't hear about them no more. Now you got to find a way to make your own living in America. After you gave all your all that time to serve in the military. Give me 1 second. Kevin, you said Salakia first.
Sir, I just want to ask a question. Like, is it wrong for me to be pissed off? Because I know a lot of people that was in the service, and I know a lot of people, what I'm saying, that probably scheme the service. You know what I'm saying? They just say little bad things about it. I mean, of course they say good things about it too, but it mainly be complaints and stuff like that. But then time of Veteran Day roll around, they be happy as hell. And I be like, man, why y'all acting like fools? Like y'all just was talking about how bad this shit is. Now y'all want to sit up here and just be proud of America. I don't understand that.
You gotta understand that comes from black people just wanna feel good about themselves. They look for anything to feel good. They know the reality of America. Of the government. They know. You understand? But we so beat up and oppressed and destroyed that we look for anything to make ourselves feel good. It's the same reason why people celebrate holidays. It's no different from them celebrating holidays. It's no different from people celebrating birthdays. Why people celebrate birthdays? Because that day they want to feel special. You know what I mean? That day they want to feel like their life actually matters. We damn near don't know what the hell our purpose is in life. It's like we don't even got one. You know what I mean? Being a black, Hispanic, and Native American. So when you got veterans today come up, you feel like, well, I served a good purpose in life. I did something good. I fought for America. I fought for our freedom. It makes them feel good. That's why they do it, man. You know what I mean? And they get free meals, man. A lot of places you go to, you get that veterans discount. You get a free meal. You know what I mean? It's just that mindset of wanting to feel good. That's how beat up and depressed and destroyed we are, man. You understand?
So Salakia.
Go ahead.
So it would be basically, it's just like, instead of trying to get them to look at it as man, don't what you know what I'm saying, like how I just said to you, instead of trying to get them to see it that way, it's best to just try to get them to understand like the way that you teach in the class, like the how it's wrong, instead of making them feel wrong about it.
I mean, in essence, you don't want to make them feel good about it because we know it's not a good day. That's not you serving in the military ain't nothing good. You understand? But at the same time, you don't want to, beat them up. You know what I'm saying? Really, what you want to do is just feel sorry for them brothers, man. You understand? Those are the brothers that you feel bad for because you love your people, because you love Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans, because we in the ISUPK, we love our people. So you'll feel sorry for them brothers, just like you'll feel sorry for somebody in the game. You understand? You'll feel sorry. You'll understand. You'll understand that the brother is beat up and destroyed, and that's why he doing that. You know what I mean? You don't gotta beat the brother down. You ain't gotta talk to him. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just let them do what they want to do, man. You let them do that. You know what I mean? On another time, you could tell him, you know what I mean? When he talking about how bad the government is, the military is, you can remind him, yeah, man, you know what I mean? We shouldn't be fighting for the war, for the military. We shouldn't be doing this. We shouldn't be overseas doing that. This, especially when they don't give a damn about us. You know what I mean? But on that day, you just stay away from them, man.
Right,
Somebody,
con, sir.
right? Somebody else said Salakia.
Con, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
This young man Kevin. I just believe it had like a deeper mental trick to it. You know, when you look at it from the aspects of, you know, why the young brothers join gangs and stuff to this day. You know, some of them just want to feel that need. They want to feel that love. You know, and they want to feel that brotherhood. So that's why they join a lot of these gangs and stuff and end up fighting amongst one another. But when you look at it from a military standpoint, I mean, you think about it, we joined the military, we fought to make Ronald Reagan great. We fought to make Bush and his son great, Obama great. And we fight to make Donald Trump great. And when you ask the average black person who you vote for, they voted for none of the presidents that was elected, you know, from now to the past. So, you know, you still ask that question, well, you know, if you didn't vote for the president, why would you send your loved one to fight for a devil that you didn't even vote for in the first place to make great? But when I went to the military, a lot of guys in there, you ask them, you know, why were they in there? You know, most of them did it because they got a clean credit slate, a clean slate with their credit, or they may have been in the penitentiary and may got offered a chance, or may have been headed to, you know, the penitentiary, but got offered a deal that if they joined the military, that they weren't gonna get such a, you know, they weren't gonna get no time or something like that, you know, or they did it for the benefits or something like that. They didn't do it for the same reason that they would join one of the gangs and stuff out on the street, you know, and you know, it just had a deep psychological, you know, it's just a serious mind fuck, man, that you would join an oppressor that didn't love you, that don't give a damn about you, to make him great in order that you receive, like you said, benefits, you know, the type of benefits, when you could have just separated from the get-go and been with your people and receiving them benefits and that love from your people. You know, I think it's just crazy, man.
Right, you damn right. You know what I mean? Like you said. And another reason, it's a lot of reasons why brothers, you know what I mean, brothers and sisters join the military. You understand? Like most of it, you know what I mean, a lot of times it do be because of, you know what I mean, they trying to get a job, they think they can't get in college, they want to do something with their life. You know what I mean? A lot of times it's like how the general broke it down yesterday. A lot of brothers just got a warrior spirit. They want to fight. They got to fight for something. You know what I mean? That's why brothers join gangs. Give me 1 second. That's why brothers join gangs. You know what I mean? That's why brothers join the military, man. They want something to fight for. They need something to be a target. You understand? Some brothers just got a natural warrior spirit. And that's what they think that they can do. And they think that when they join us, that they doing right. You know what I mean? They thinking that what they doing is right. You understand? You said Salakia?
Yeah, cause like your man Kevin was just saying about, you know, about the president. Why would you go to the army and you know about how the president is? Like a lot of parents, and even in that Christian church, a lot of those fugazi and pastors, they be, you know, peer pressing and encouraging that the children go to the military. When they come back from the military, and the church, oh, praise Jesus, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, I thought y'all told me you can't kill, but you want me to go to the military and kill for a motherfucker? I mean, kill for a person, like kill somebody I know ain't gonna. No, man. They in church. That's that peer pressure.
Right, but then that gets me into my next question before I read this verse. What's the main reason why people join the military?
Salakia, sir.
Go ahead.
Bad influence.
That's true. You know what I mean? That's the cause of it, but I'm looking for something different.
Salakia, sir.
Salakia, sir.
Go ahead, Kevian.
Oh, I was gonna let the brother take a shot at it.
All right, go ahead.
Low income.
That's one of the reasons. That ain't the main reason, though. It's a main reason why brothers join The military. This is what they have in their mind. Why they think that being in the military is right.
Alright.
Go ahead.
Because they love this country.
You said what? Say one more time.
Because they love this country.
I can't hear you. It sounds a little muffled. Somebody heard
Even
me?
better now.
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Because they love America.
And what's it? You right? Because they love America. And what makes them love America?
Because they think everything America do is right.
And why do they think everything America do is right? You on to it? It's one word that. And what brain and why they how they get brainwashed? It's one word that's using that to sum all that up. Everything that you're saying is right, but it's one word that's used to sum all that up.
The fuck.
Go ahead.
The envy.
Mm,
Cause like
Like you, sir.
go ahead.
Christianity.
Christianity, man. Christianity. That's the main reason why people join the military, man. Just like how you said, young man Kevin, the Christian church pushes them and press them into going into the military. Because why? What they got in their mindset when they join the military? They got in their mind that they serving the Lord, man. They got in their mind that what the America saying, God we trust. So if I'm fighting for America, I gotta be fighting for God. I gotta be fighting for Christianity. This gotta be of God. That's why they go into the military, man. You understand? Give me that verse that I told you to pull. We gonna get more into it. Give me that verse I told you to pull. Oh, give me 1 second for time's sake. We running short on time. Give me that verse I said. I'm gonna try to get a couple more verses in, then we get the comments and questions.
come on, the book of Proverbs, chapter 3, verse 31. Envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways.
Right, envy now not thy oppressor, and choose none of his ways, man. You understand? A lot of us wants to be accepted by America. A lot of us have it in our mind that, you know what I mean? Well, God says love everybody. You know what I mean? I love America. So they get envious. So they want to just be loved. You know what I mean? They want to have that same love that they've given out. They want to have the same done to them. You know what I mean? So a lot of them envy the people. So you know how they try to get rid of it? They by joining their military. They think in their mind, well, if I join the military, I'm serving the Lord. I'm doing what, you know what I mean, what Christ would want me to do. Because in God we trust, right? You understand? On top of that, I'm fighting for America. I'm fighting for, you know what I mean, to help out the oppressor. So then they got to start showing me love too. You know what I mean? They got to start caring about me too. You know what I mean? That's what they got in their mind. They got in their mind that once they do this, things will be easier for them. You know what I mean? I won't just be a regular black nigga that they call a thug. You know what I mean? I'm actually a American veteran. I served in the military. I fought for this country. I fought for freedom. You know what I mean? They try to tie that into voting too. They'll say, oh, well, you got to vote because, you know what I mean, our soldiers fight for us to have freedom. And this is what they fought for us to be able to vote. You know what I mean? They try to put them hand in hand together. When really we know that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans is not free, man. You understand? We are not free. We getting murdered and hunted every day. You understand? And then they got in their mind, that's one of the reasons why people join the military, man. Off of envy. Just wanting to be loved, man. Just wanting to just be cared about. Wanting to separate themselves from other black people. Like, you talk about black people who join the military, they think they better than the average black person. They think that they different. You understand? But they coming to find out that they not. That's why they getting killed. Just like black people getting killed in the street, they getting killed too, man. You understand? Just how black people have a hard time getting health insurance, they having a hard time getting their health insurance. Just how black people be homeless, they find themselves not only homeless, but gaining or adapting or, you know what I mean, getting some type of a drug addiction, man. A lot of them soldiers over there that go overseas start to end up being drug addicts, man. They start to do drugs. You know what I mean? If they don't do drugs, like hardcore drugs, and they become alcoholics. They just drinking a lot. You know what I mean? You black in your mind, you thinking that you about to serve America. You come back to a torn, broken home, your girl cheating on you. You know what I mean? You probably gonna got your legs blown off by running over an IED. You know what I mean? You ran over some type of mine in your RV, and now you ain't got no damn legs. You come back home, your girl cheating on you, leave them, then you become homeless, man. A lot of them people that you see walking around in them wheelchairs, homeless, they was veterans, man. They served in the military, and the military didn't give a damn about them, man. You understand? All in the name of Christianity. That's what makes people go. That's what make people go into the Slack. That's what make people go into the military, man. Because they thinking that they serving Christ. They thinking that they, you know what I mean, doing what's right. You understand? Anybody got a precept to that? It's a one precept that I'm looking for specifically. That's that precept for. Give me Revelations 13.
Log
Go ahead.
is it the mark of the beast precept?
Yep, that's exactly what it is. Give me Revelation 13. Read. Start at verse 14 for time's sake.
Come, the book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 14. And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth.
Read verse 13. Start at verse 13. Gotta get the context.
Come. The book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 13. And he doeth great wonders, so that he marketh fire come down from heaven on the earth, and the sight of men.
Right. What's that wonder that he did that makes fire come down from the earth, from the heavens? What's that?
Slagia, sir.
Go ahead.
Is that referring to the missiles?
That's starting to the missiles, man. The military might that they got dropping bombs on people, man. You understand? That's a great wonder. Think about it. If you used to fighting war on ground, you know what I mean? They got their guns, they grab their guns. Other countries got their guns and they go fight a war on ground. You know what I mean? They on ground shooting at each other, and then all of a sudden you thinking that you go out in the field, you thinking that you about to meet America on the ground and fight troopers. And all of a sudden you see G5 planes flying over you, dropping bombs on you. That's a wonder.
It's Slagia, sir.
Go ahead.
Even right here, you know, like even back in the old days, it's like it really wasn't no missiles back then. It was pretty much like how on 300, the movie 300, like just swords and spears and maybe some bow and arrows. Correct.
Right, you know what I mean, and that's what I'm saying. So think about you used to fighting on ground, seeing people or sniping people, whatever. And all of a sudden, missiles just come flying through and destroy damn near everything. They do more damage than you can even imagine. You know what I mean? You talking about one dude with a gun, he can kill a couple people. You know what I mean? But he still got a whole platoon to fight. Well, you talking about a plane fly over and it killed a whole damn platoon. It killed all damn thousands of the men. Destroying them. Getting innocent people too and everything. Bombing them, man. You know what I mean? This is talking about the America, man. America's military power. Keep reading. Verse 14.
Come, verse 14. And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast.
Right, those miracles, how he's deceiving people. How is he deceiving the people? They thinking in their mind that they ain't got no way to fight this, man. There ain't nothing that they can do to combat this type of military force. You know what I mean? He deceiving them. You know what I mean? What else is they thinking? Give me 1 second. What else is they thinking in their mind when they see that? The same reason why people join the military. There's got to be a God. What the hell? This has to be what the Lord wants. You know what I mean? Think about it. If you see some bombs like that, and it make you think that damn, the Lord. This is the Lord. You know what I mean? That's why they set the image up as that Caesar Borgia to show people that they Lord, which is that beast that it's talking about, man. You understand? For time's sake, we're gonna keep going. So give me 1 second. Keep going.
saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword, and did live.
Right, you understand? What said to the beast that they should make an image to it, man, which is that Caesar Borgia picture. You understand? When America goes overseas and fight, what is the main thing that they push overseas when they fighting? What happens when America go to war? America goes to war, they destroy, then what they do?
Log it, sir.
Go ahead.
They push their Christianity with the John 3:16 in the American flag.
Right, you understand? They helped them build it up. Now they was before they destroyed it, they was communists or they was whatever, you know what I mean, what type of government they can coincide to. But America come and destroy it, they set up a democracy. They vote for whoever they want to be in order over there, and they push Christianity, man. And what the people gonna think? The people gonna think in their mind, well, I don't want my children to die. I don't want to keep getting bombed. So why don't I be a Christian? You know what I mean? Why don't I just start following this? And if I can do this and America leave me alone, then I'll start doing it. You understand? That's how America do it. Go ahead.
Would 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 9 be a good precept for this verse?
Go ahead, read it.
2 Thessalonians chapter 2 verse 9. The coming of the lawless one will be accompanied by the working of Satan with every kind of power, sign, and false wonder.
I'll have to get more context on that because you got to see if it's talking about, you know, maybe if it's using Satan, talking about. It sounds like it's using Satan as the white man, calling the white man Satan. But I wouldn't necessarily say at this moment. I just had to do more research on that one to see the context of what it's talking about when it says Satan. But it do sound like it will be a precept. They talking about the white man being Satan. But if it's talking about if it's talking about the white man, like I said, I'll do research on it. But if it's talking about the white man being Satan, then yeah, that would be. If it's talking about the angel, then it wouldn't. But like I said, I would have to do research on that one. Keep going though.
Verse 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast.
Oh, Salaki, it says, which had the wound by the sword and did live. Anybody know what that's talking about? Where does America come from? What does America base everything off for? Go ahead.
America is a part of the Roman Empire.
Right.
The wound that it's talking about is when the Roman Empire was defeated by the Holy Roman Empire.
Right, that's exactly what it's talking about. When Rome was defeated and wounded, but it did live, and it lived through America. That's exactly what it's talking about. Keep reading. Read the next verse.
Verse 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast shall be killed.
Right, and whoever don't worship this image, what do? They kill him, man. You understand? America go over there and take their resources and they push this Caesar Borgia, man. They push this Jesus Christ, man. Oh, this is what Jesus wanted. This is what God wanted. That's what they push, man. That's why I say on a dollar bill, in God we trust. They think that what they doing is of God. This is what God wants. You understand? That's what they teach to other people, man. You understand? When they say that it should speak, that's your Christianity, man. That's your Christian churches preaching the Christianity to you. You know what I mean? When they set up the people over there teaching the Christianity to them. You understand? And they killing people who's not worshiping this, man. We all know that they kill people, the Crusades, all this. They kill people who don't worship. How did they get us to worship this beast? By murdering us, man. How did they get the Hispanics to end up worshiping this beast? By murdering, bruh. You slack it. By murdering everybody. You understand? That's how they get people to be Christians. They kill them. And if you don't worship it, then we're going to kill you. If you worship it, then you know what I mean? So you thinking in your mind you getting killed. You just don't want to get killed. So what do? You'll end up worshiping the beast, man. You know what I'm saying? You want to fit in. You want to be accepted. You'll go to the military. You know what I'm saying? There's no difference. Keep going. Verse 16.
Verse 16. And he caused all both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads.
Right. Now, what is that talking about? Receiving the right hand and they marking it for it. That's talking about that chip, the FRID chip that everybody kept complaining about or
Salakia,
talking
sir.
about, and you never heard about it no more? Go ahead.
It's talking about the doctrine that you follow, having Christianity in your mind and your hand doing the work of Christianity.
And what's the work of Christianity?
Salakia, sir.
Go ahead.
They will be serving the white man, the oppressor.
You right, but more specific. Like in your mind, you got the doctrine of Christianity. You telling people, you teaching it, so that's in your mind. But what's in your hand? What do you use with your hand?
Salakia, sir.
Go ahead.
Some people use a pen to fill out their voting ballot. Some people go to the voting polls and put their ballot in through the computer to vote for somebody that's not their brother.
No, this is talking about something different. You know what I mean? You right on, you onto it, but this is talking about something in it. What do they do? Go ahead.
Is it talking about them proud Americans that go fight over there in out of war?
That's exactly what it's talking about. You use your hands to fight. You know what I mean? When people fight, they punch, and they punching with their fists. And your hands is your might. You understand? That's your strength. You using your strength to fight, man. To go out to the military. You understand? When you black and you serving in their militaries, you is serving the mark of the beast, man. You understand? And that's why I feel sorry for the brothers, because they put all this time and effort to serve the beast, and they serving the beast, and they don't get nothing for it, man. Because first of all, you're not serving Christ. So that's already why I feel bad for you. Then on top of that, America don't give a damn about you, man. You did all that to fight for America, and they don't give a damn if you live or die. You understand? You don't get no bypass. You don't get no
It's
leeway.
a lie, sir.
Go ahead.
It's like you said earlier. You receive the mark of the beast, go over there and risk your life, and do all that fight for the devil to come back home to a broken home.
Right. Come back home to your wife is cheating. You know what I mean? Your kids is acting a damn fool because they never had their father, man. You understand? You don't know what. A lot of people, a lot of black, especially the black sisters, they go overseas and they get molested, raped, killed by their own platoon, by their own, you know what I mean, own devils that's in the damn same platoon as them, man. You understand? All to worship this beast, all to fight for this beast. That's what it's talking about. It ain't talking about no RFID chip. It's talking about being in the military, man. You fighting a war that ain't got nothing to do with you. You understand? If the white man is, you know what I mean, in the military, and he's all proud to be in the military, let him be that, man. He's supposed to. You know what I mean? You fighting for your people. You fighting to be able to conquer the whole world, and that's your people. Yeah, that's a good thing. Go do that. But the same way the white people have that passion to fight in the military, we should have the passion to fight in the Lord's army, man. You understand? Why don't we use our power, our strength to fight in the Lord's army? Our God army. Not the damn beast, not the damn Christianity. You understand? Go ahead.
I think it's because we still have a hard time realizing what the Confederacy and who the Confederacy really is. You know, you hear a lot of Negroes talk about, wanting them to pull the Confederate flag down, the red, white, and blue with the big cross in it. But the American flag is the largest Confederacy it is, and they still don't understand that it's America. It's America that really got taken Confederate against these, and I think they having a hard American, well, the black Negro have the hardest time out of all people realizing, who and what the Confederacy really is and what it's really about.
Right, you know what I mean? And like you said, that's damn right. You know what I mean? It's all the nations. And America is one of the main ones. It's because it's the home of the damn Edomites. You understand? You understand? Yes, they taking Confederate against us, man. You understand? And like you said, even going even more onto it, you understand? They don't understand that who is against them, and they don't understand America, but they need to realize that, like you said, America is against us, man. You understand? We going overseas to fight with them. We worshiping this mark of the beast. You know what I mean? We thinking we doing something good. And it come to find out that you realize that, you know what I mean, you would pretty much damn near wasted your time, man. You come home, you don't got nothing at home, they don't give a damn about you. Like, they gotta make a Veterans Day just one day for you to be able to get free meals. You would think that you should just always get free meals, right? You fought for their freedom, right? That's what they put on, right? Oh, they fought for our freedom. We wouldn't be free if it wasn't for the troopers and the people who served in the service. But yet, you know what I mean? One day is the only day that you can get free meals. Every other day, you need to go ahead and pay like everybody else. You know what I mean? You go ahead and hand the bread over. I don't care. Like, this one day, okay, I'll care. You know what I mean? That you was in the military. On other days, I don't give a damn. You know what I mean? Even though we know that even in this day, they don't give a damn. Go ahead.
Fuck it, shit. Hell, in that case, during Black History Month, we should eat free every day for the whole month.
You know,
In that case, this shit, hell.
you know what I'm saying? But that's how you know these days that they give black people, you know what I mean, is to shut up. Veterans Day is just, you know what I mean, some nonsense day. It's really disrespectful to black people, man, because we don't even realize that the black people was the reason why a lot of these wars was won. Like World War II, you know what I mean? All these wars that we fought in, a lot of them has to do with because of black people was in the military, man. You know what I mean? Black people was in there with their skills fighting and dying for this war, and we the reason of why we won. And they don't give a damn, man. They don't show no type of, you know what I mean, gratitude, no thankfulness, no nothing. You understand? Even from us building up this nation, we built up this whole country, the roads, everything. We don't get nothing for it, man. You understand? They don't give a damn about you. You just at risk at dying. When you come home from overseas, you just at risk of dying as a thug or a gangster that they would like to say that live in the hood. You have no better risk of staying alive, man. They all see us as the same. You understand? But that's what happens when you have the mark of the beast in your mind. You fighting for it. Christianity. That's the main reason of why it's going on, because you thinking that what you doing is of God. This has to be. You know what I mean? And going back to what young man Kevin said, that's why it all boils down to Christianity, because Christianity has it in our mind that we supposed to love everybody. You know what I mean? That we supposed to be together, and you know what I mean? That's why Christianity and being in the military go hand in hand, because you talk to people who, you know what I mean, is against us or advocates for Christianity. They'll say, well, America is the greatest nation. That's a very Christian thing to say. America is the greatest nation. There's no other nation like America. We're free here. America is the home of the free, the land of the brave. You know what I mean? That's a very Christian thing to say. And that's what caused people to fight for America. And because they thinking in their mind that America is just such a great country. But they see every day that we getting shot and killed and murdered in the streets. Understand that we begging and scrapping for change just to survive, man. You understand? We don't got no black privilege. There ain't no such thing as a black privilege. Hell, the white man coming out nowadays and he getting mad at the fact that we even, you know what I mean, celebrating or happy that we black. You know what I mean? White people, I forgot that it was a story, but in the school, the white people came out and said it's okay to be white. You know what I mean? Like, they tired of hearing how it's bad to be white and how white people should feel sorry and how black people saying it's great to be black, to achieve all the things that they achieving just to being black and being underprivileged and being at a disadvantage. White people tired of hearing that, man. They don't want to hear that. That's how much do you know that they don't give a damn about us being black or the things that we go through. But yeah, we think that we can vote one of them in office and they'll help us. They'll change everything. Or we can go to their militaries and fight and think that when we come back, we're going to be looked at as different. You understand? Give me Psalms 109 and verse 3. Psalms 109 and start at verse 3. You understand? Because the main reason why we go to the military is to be accepted, man. It's Christianity, because we think we serving Christ, and we want to be accepted, man. Which is a sad thing, is because we look for the acceptance in the justification, and you know what I mean, the okay from every other nation but ourselves. Like, if we did half of what we do to get accepted by the white man, to get accepted by another brother and sister, we would be in a better condition than we in now. You understand? Maybe we can start to get along with each other because we try so hard to be accepted by one another. But no, we put all that to the other nations. You got that from me?
Come. The book of Psalms, chapter 109, verse 3. They they compass me about also with words of hatred.
Right. That's it on that, or is it more?
Comes more.
Go ahead.
And fought against me without a cause.
Right, you understand? They compass. That's what other nations is. They compass around us with hatred, man. That's all the nations. They surround us all, man. They surround all the blacks, Hispanic, Native Americans with hatred. You understand? Sending us back to you know what I mean, Mexico, sending them back to Mexico, deporting the children. The children still can't find their parents or getting lost from their parents and whatnot. You know what I mean? Black people getting murdered, killed in the streets. They compassed us around with hatred, man. They hating on us. Read that second part.
Call and fought against me without a cause.
And don't that what they do? Ain't that what they do? Fight against us with no cause. We don't do anything to have them fight against us. Even to the Uncle Toms, man. You understand? Like even to the Uncle Toms, all the people that want to say is black people, we the reason why we in this. It's our fault that they acting like this or they doing this. Their mindset is black on black crime. Okay, well, if black people only harming black people, then why do white people harm us? You know what I mean? Like you would think in your mind, well, white people is harming us because we go into white neighborhoods and harming them, so it's a retaliation. Well, apparently, black on black crime is such a big thing that, you know what I mean? It ain't no black people harming white people. You know, we busy harming each other. We busy hurting each other. Why the Ku Klux Klan care so much about hating black people and killing black people when we never touched a Ku Klux Klan member ever? You know what I mean? We kill each other. We shoot each other. You would think that they would just not care. You know what I mean? But that's why that verse is there. They hate us without a cause, man. They're against us without no cause. We ain't got to do nothing to them. It's in their blood to just hate us. That's the one thing that we should see. You know what I mean? When next time you see Uncle Tom and he tell you, well, what about black on black crime? Right, that's a problem. You know what I mean? Black on black crime is a problem. But if we so busy focused on black crime and that's such a thing and that's, you know what I mean? So why are they harming us? Why are they committing crime against us now? Why is you got a damn oppressor going into Walmart in El Paso shooting up the Mexicans, man? You understand? Or you got, you know what I mean, brothers and sisters getting tased and shot and killed in their own home. If black on black crime is just so big and it's so, you know what I mean, just the front line that, you know what I mean, we not bothering white people. You understand? Keep going.
Verse 4. For my love, they are adversaries.
For my love, they are adversaries. That's how they go. When they go to the military, they just showing they love, man. They showing, oh, I love America. I can conform. I can be with America. I'll fight for America. Yes, America, great country. You understand? But before your love, they become your adversaries, man. A lot of people go into the military and they be a higher rank than some of these devils or some of these oppressors, and the oppressor don't even be acknowledging them. Like you supposed to acknowledge somebody that's a higher rank than you. You a corporal, captain. You're supposed to acknowledge them. You're supposed to salute them. A lot of them be walking right past them and don't salute them. Don't give a damn about them. You understand? You showing your love. You trying to show that you willing to go the extra mile, become a captain, a corporal, all this, lieutenant, sergeant. You know what I mean? You going the extra mile to just better they military, gain them more resources, go overseas and fight for them, so they can prosper. They can be more have more abundance. You understand? But you know what they give you in return? Nothing. They don't give a damn. They your adversaries because you do that. Oh, you want to love us more? Okay, well, we'll just be your adversary. You understand? Keep going.
But I gave myself unto prayer.
Keep going.
Verse 5. And they have rewarded me evil for good.
Right. They reward you do something good for them. You thinking you doing good, right? You know what I mean? Now we know that that's not good in the law, in the Lord's eyes, and for Israel, for you know what I mean, Israel, for our people, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, that's not good. But for them, you doing them good, man. You earning them more resources. You allowed them to take over Iraq. You allowed them to take over Afghanistan. You know what I mean? That's what you're doing. But because you did that good, they give you evil back, man. You can't even come home. You done help them take over Iraq or Afghanistan and democratize that. You know what I mean? Take their resources. You come back and you can't even get health insurance. You can't even find a place to live, man. You living out of a damn, you know what I mean? You living out of shelter homes and under a bridge. After you done did all that, you fought in Vietnam. And by the Lord's will, you was able to survive Vietnam because America got their ass kicked in the Vietnam War. But you was able to live and survive, and you know what I mean. You come home and you struggling to make ends meet. You know what I mean? They might give you a social security check every month, but you only getting like $1,500, which is barely enough to pay your damn rent. You know what I'm saying? They think that because they giving you that $1,500 check, they just giving you the world. Nah, man. You know what I'm saying? That's not right. Keep going.
And they hate it for my love.
Right, and they give you hate for your love, man. You understand? They give you hate for your love. That's why you shouldn't. That's why it should be against everybody for a black, Hispanic, or Native American to join the military. Hell, they got a lot of the Mexican brothers that was in the military and served in the military and fought in these wars was deployed overseas. You understand? And they getting deported, man. A lot of them Mexicans that was illegal, but they went and served in the military and fought in the wars. They coming back and finding themselves getting deported. You show that you love America. You came to America. You wanted to make it. You know what I mean? You wanted to be a proud American. You wanted to fit in. You wanted to conform. You wanted to show that you not, you know what I mean, a criminal, and you want to benefit and help America out. So you joined the military. You know what I mean? You in the military. You fighting. You come back home. You showing them your love. You come back home and they deporting you, man. They taking your children. They deporting you back. And so they showing you hate. They don't give a damn about you. You know what place you can go to and serve in the military and it be righteous and you'll get all the love that for your service? ISUPK. You come to the ISUPK and be a soldier in the ISUPK. You understand? And you trust me, you won't get hate. You will get love for love, man. You will see brotherhood. You know what I mean? And you will have the Lord on your side, man. You won't have to worry about driving over a IED mine and getting blown up. You know what I mean? Getting your penis and your legs blown off and coming home to a cheating wife that don't give a damn about you and leave you because now you ain't got no legs. You know what I mean? That's not what Commander General Yohana do in ISUPK. You understand? With that, anybody got any questions or comments? Anybody got any questions or comments? Yeah, go ahead.
Back in the verse in Revelations 13 and 14, at the end of it, at the end of verse, in verse 14, at the end of it, where it says, make an entrance to the beast, which had the wound by the sword and did live. I forgot what Brother Willis said, but is that the dark ages? Like that's the dark ages?
I was referring to Roman being defeated. When Rome got defeated, and after Rome got defeated, that's the wound that they suffered, but then it did live through America. That's what it's talking about.
Yeah, so who were they defeated by?
Let me see. I think it was the Holy Romans. What was it?
Slovakia, sir.
Go ahead.
It was excuse me. It was two Romes. It was the Roman Empire and then the Holy Roman Empire. The Roman Empire is what was controlled by the Edomites, the nation of Idumea, and the Holy Roman Empire is that empire that King James comes from.
Right. So yeah, that would be the Dark Ages.
So Slovakia. So one of them was the brothers and one of them was the Edomites.
Yeah, it would be the Holy Romans. It's talking about that's when they went into the Dark Ages.
Okay, yeah, kind of.
Anybody else got any questions? Online, any questions? Nobody got a question over today's topic? I know people gonna be bothering y'all about voting or you know what I mean, anything like that. You ain't got no questions on it?
talk to you, sir?
Go ahead.
I got one question. It may not be that serious, but you know, a lot of now they know the truth about this voting deal ordeal and stuff, and you know how you got people that get, you know how you get absentee ballots and stuff like that. When you got family members and stuff that willing to get these absentee ballots and fill them out before you because you don't want to take the time to get out and vote, should we even be worried about that?
Well, what you
Should we
said?
even say anything to them about it?
Bored about. Wait, say that again. Repeat that one more time for me.
You know what an absentee ballot is, right? You know, you can put in for an absentee ballot. Your ballot can get mailed to your house.
Oh, so like you saying that people vote for? Are you saying that people vote for you, or they just send an absentee ballot to your house?
Yeah, concert.
I mean, if they send one to your house, you just throw it away. You ain't got to worry about telling them. You ain't got to worry about telling them not to do it or send it. And if they vote for you, oh, go ahead.
Lie. No, that's not what I was saying. I was saying that people, you know, you got family members that may fill them out for you.
Oh,
Just
and
because you don't take the time to go out and do it because you don't take it serious. You know what I mean? Should
I
we
mean,
just
people.
say anything about you?
I mean, if people do that, I mean, you can say something to them. It wouldn't hurt, but at the end of the day, that's not your fault. You ain't got nothing to do with that. You know what I mean? If people do that, you know what I mean? You didn't okay it. You didn't say, you know what I mean? Technically, it's forgery. So, you know what I mean? You can't really control people's actions and what they do. Hell, you might tell them not to do it, and they'll still do it. So, I mean, that ain't got nothing to do with you. You know what I mean? Anybody else got any questions or comments? All right, for that, I'm going to close the, well, with that, I'm going to pass the class off to Trooper Napash Kayan. It's right here.
The ISUPK security announcements. We are the ISUPK start on 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for a new brother and sister.